Hello and welcome back to Muddy Paws Crime Live. We are doing these for Pet Theft Awareness Week, running from the 14th to 21st of March. By now you all know who I am, Lisa, and tonight we have with us Brad from Smart Snout. Welcome, Brad. Smart Snout is a new app that we are recommending all dog owners to download, and you'll see why by the end of this live. Before Brad speaks to you, I'm just going to share my screen and show you a little bit about the actual app.
Sadly, it's not always possible. In this noisy world, there are lots of distractions and unfortunately people that can separate us. Dogs are often stolen and sold or sadly just lost, and identifying a dog and its owner is really very difficult. That's why we created Smart Snout. Did you know that a dog's nasal palate has a pattern on it that is unique, like a fingerprint? Smart Snout uses state-of-the-art facial recognition software and this unique pattern to register your dog to our secure database alongside your profile and contact details. Using the app is as easy as taking a photo of your dog and uploading it alongside your information. Once registered, you can rest assured that if your dog is ever lost or stolen, you simply activate the lost dog mode and the app will get to work reuniting you. We will allow guest access to the app, meaning that any member of the public with a smartphone can easily download and install Smart Snout on either their iOS or Android device. They just need to scan your dog's nose by taking a picture of it, and our system will match that photo with the one on record. If there's a match, then Smart Snout will securely notify you so that you can make contact. Communication is handled securely within the app, so your details are safely protected and not shared. Smart Snout is available now, and you can register your dog for as little as $4.99 per year. Isn't that a worthwhile extra level of protection for your family? Think smart. Think Smart Snout. To Smart Snout. In this video, we'll walk you through how to edit your dog's status if they are lost or stolen, and how to scan a dog's nose and what the matching process looks like. You can download the app from either the Apple App Store or Google Play Store for either iOS or Android devices. It's free to download and you don't need an account to start scanning. If your dog is lost or stolen, then log into your account and from the home screen simply select My Dogs and then select your dog's profile that you'd like to edit. Click the Update Status button and you'll see a few options to choose from. Select the appropriate option and then confirm the change and your dog's status will be amended. When it comes to scanning a dog, just log into your account or press the Scan option from the main page or dashboard. You'll see an example of the type of image Smart Snout needs to be able to match a dog in the database. You can either take a new photo or simply upload one you've already taken. You'll be given the option to crop the image to match the example, then press Done in the lower right corner. You don't need to enter the town or city on the next page, but it can help the matching process if you do. After a couple of seconds, you'll be shown any matching profiles that are in the system. All of the dog's information will be displayed, and most importantly, the owner's details so that you can make contact. The contact options shown depend on what that owner has set in their own profile. The secure chat feature allows you to quickly and safely chat with the person that has found your dog. This makes it very easy to arrange a convenient and appropriate time and place to meet up and recover your pet. As you can see, using the app is simple and quick. We hope that it will help reunite more lost and stolen dogs with their owners. Download the app today and register your dog for just £4.99 for a 12-month subscription. Smart Snout, the smart way to protect your dog.
It's quite emotional watching that.
So that gives you a little bit of insight into Smart Snout. We will put the links into the comments also after. So Brad, what inspired you to do the Smart Snout app?
What inspired me? Well, I've been working with dogs my whole life. So I've encountered many people that not had their dogs stolen, but missing dogs. And to see it being published, it's actually going on the news now, pet thefts and a lot of day shows. That's never really happened before. So there must be a huge increase. And looking into that information, there is I think it's a 300% increase in pet thefts. And then obviously the COVID hit, and people started pumping up the prices for the dogs. Now I think that's one of the main reasons where the prices shot up for the puppies. It's now become a valuable market for thieves and gangs to breed puppies to the hilt. Hence why these dogs are being stolen, because they want the puppies, basically. So that was the main cause. I've always been a bit of a crime buff anyway. I've always wanted to try and be one step ahead of everything. Like I'm always watching police programs and stuff like that. Been working with dogs, like I say, all the time myself. Then that was the main. I'm a person who likes to try and challenge what can't be done, and I found a way. I'm one of those kind of guys. Well, I hope I found a way. So yeah, and it was like literally just watching police interceptors. They scanned a guy's finger on the side of the road. And what's not happened over all these years, we use technology like now for every part and day of our lives.
Yeah, daily life, isn't it?
Yeah, but it hasn't really been introduced into the animal world for security. And it was just those two links, watching the show, seeing the scanner, the dog's nose print, and it just sort of fell into my lap, really. It's as simple as that.
Okay. And so how did you then evolve your idea about doing the app?
It was quite funny watching that video back, because this was just an idea from laying in my bedroom watching the telly to now seeing the promo videos and it being live and working is crazy. So I had the idea. Spoke to it was very, very costly to create an app of this sort of magnitude with the technology. We're talking, sort of 5 figures to get an app like this off the ground. It's very, very, very expensive. So I needed some investors to try and get this off the ground, because it was way out of my budget. So we have a couple of people floating around in the background that are partners. And then my main guy, James Khan, sorry, can't be with us tonight. He's gone out for a birthday meal. James is very successful in the business world. So I needed to try and combine all of those aspects together. I have the dog knowledge. He has the business knowledge, and the other people that are in the background, but they'll bring something different to the party. But James, obviously, as well, was more the money side. So he's really helped us get that off the ground. So I can't thank James enough. So it took about from having the idea, James met with me very quickly within the first week. We sat down, had a chat. That was agreed. We found an app company of developers who developed the app for us. So it was probably about 7 or 8 months to get it ready. And I think we've been launched now about 7-8 months as well ourselves, and it's going really well. Oh, one thing I do need to just add, just in those 2 videos, is the mistake. The app is no longer $4.99. We've now made it. We've got the new link for the new application that we've just had upgraded. We're just testing that this week. So hopefully next week, the app will be free for all downloads and all dogs registered on the system. Completely free.
Okay. And that will be free for how long?
Well, we're hoping for 12 months. If it needs to go on longer, it will do. What we're trying to do is we need as many downloads as possible, because we want to go even further with the app now. And as at the moment, we're just using biometrics of the nose, which is the fingerprint on the nose. But I want to add the artificial intelligence, which takes a multi-dimensional picture of your dog's head. So that's front, side, back, and it just literally records everything. And it takes it up to, I think, 99.9% accurate. Like it records the eye color, the retinas, nose, dimensions, how deep the eye sockets are, everything. It's really, really clever bit of kit. So we need numbers for that, for artificial intelligence to work. It only works on big numbers. So we've decided to go free now. Let's get everyone on board. And I'd like to keep it free forever. But we'll see how it goes with investments down the line, and see if we can try and keep it that way.
Do So one question that's come up from Tina Towers, if you have already had your dog stolen, can you use a photo you already have of your dog?
Yes, you can. As long as that picture's clear enough, yes, you can. Because what will happen is if you do try and register a dog that's already stolen, if they haven't registered, if the thief hasn't registered the dog, then you'll be able to do it very simply. It recognises features as well, the facial recognition. There's 2 photos on our system at the moment. One is of the face and the second one's of the print of the nose. But the clever part is if a thief has registered your dog and you try and register the same dog from a photo, it's going to let you know who's got your dog, because the thief would have put his details in. He'll have his contact number and stuff on there. So even if it might just be a normal member of the public that's bought a dog by mistake, not realizing that they've just bought a stolen dog. So if I went to try and sign my stolen dog up and it come up with a match, then I know who's got my dog. It will instantly notify the pair of you. And the thief will get a message as well saying, we're on to you.
I mean, the good thing about the app as well, and I think the most important thing that I actually see from doing my Paws for the past year is with regards to microchipping. Obviously, I still recommend everybody, and it's law anyway, you must get your dog chipped.
Yeah, it's mandatory.
But it's also very highly known in the stolen dog world that thieves will or may cut the microchip out, or there is a way of them actually damaging the microchip, which is absolutely heartbreaking. But it's a fact, and it does happen. Now, Smart Snout, you can't change your dog's nose. So that is the attraction there, you know, as well as microchipping. Yeah. The thief cannot change your dog's nose. And so if a dog, for example, got a lot of thieves, well, I say a lot, there are some certain thieves that do badgering with dogs.
Yeah.
Something like that, if they have a scratch on the nose or something, would that affect the pattern?
No, you can have, dogs always going to pick up little scratches and stuff. As long as you get that clear rounded shot, it only needs to recognize 3 or 4 pixels in that order, because it will be completely different to any other dogs. So you're going to get the odd scratcher marks on there. We know what dogs are like. Dogs will be dogs, and no, it will still recognise it quite clearly. But as long as because we do have some people, I do get quite a few messages with the photo saying, "Is this okay?" And it's just a black blurry nose. We need to try and get those pixels. It does explain just before you take your photo. It's those little dots and hexagons on the nose that is the print, and that's what we're after, and it can't be changed. Going back to the microchipping thing, well, the good thing about our system is, 1, yes, you're not going to cut a dog's nose off. 2, the app is very humane. There's no injections needed for the chip. There's no cutting out. There's no taking out. It's just a simple photograph. Technology doesn't need to be implanted into the dog like the chip. Like you say, dogs are suffering with having these chips taken out. They're just being cut and stapled back together with just little anesthetics. It's just, it was a good idea 20, 30 years ago, before technology kicked in. And I just think we're way behind the times on technology. So I'm trying to go as fast as I can and develop the app as quickly as possible to make it the best it can be. My dream, James hates me mentioning this, but I'm going to anyway, James. The dream is that we're using artificial intelligence at the moment for people on just daily streets. So if we can tap the artificial intelligence into the world's CCTV system, then not only will you get recognised walking down the street, but a stolen dog will be recognised just trotting down the street as well, because it just remembers the whole dog, any features, any little bits and pieces. The police could be notified. You will be notified. That your dogs become useless to anybody else, and that's the key to our product, is you can't change the identity of the dog. Unlike the chip, it's very easy to, like you say, crush the chip, break the chip, take the chip out.
Exactly.
But once you've signed on our system, all details are private, by the way. It's only basic details, email. We don't ask for your address, just the area you live in, and we've now broadened that to cities to make it even safer. An email address, and that's it. It's just, and what I'd like people to try and imagine is if you could imagine a whole world, and we are now global around the world. So if your dog's been taken to Norway or Germany, anyone that scans your dog over there, you'll be notified as well. So what I'm trying to do is if you can imagine if everybody's dog and puppies were now today on the system, no one's dog would ever be good in anyone else's hands.
Exactly. Couple of questions. Now, there'll be an interesting answer to this one that I already know about. Tessa Buckley, get on Dragon's Den.
I'm not allowed to say anything about that. I will give you.
Watch this space.
I will give you a clue. I think I'm good at slaying dragons. That should tell you what's happening. As long as I don't put it on my page. But yeah, we're in.
It's a question to you, so yeah.
Yeah, we're in. Let's put it this way: we're in 2 countries on that question. That's all I can say, really. But yeah, good one.
Watch this space.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Tina Towers, are you going to get vets throughout the country to have your app on board as a backup for chips?
Well, we want to replace the chip. We want it gone. It's just, what's it? And the other good thing about our app is, like you say, do you know how many dogs you see like tied up outside a sweet shop or a post box? You can buy a chip scanner on eBay for like £10. You can walk past anyone's dog and just go beep, and you get all their details come up on the screen. Once your status is okay on our system, you're invisible. The dog's invisible. It's only when you need the system, when it comes into play, it's when the magic happens, just by hitting the missing or stolen button, then you become active. You suddenly appear on the system, but all your details are in your hand. There's no agencies. This is what concerns me at the moment, and I'm going to say it, and I've been told off a few times for saying this. I can't understand how someone can buy a puppy and within 3 or 4 days their house gets broken into and that dog's gone. Now, I'm pretty sure that the neighbours aren't telling these people that there's a puppy there. They haven't just coincidentally seen that puppy and gone into that house, because there's litters of pups being stolen at these addresses. How do they know? How are they finding out where these new puppies are at these houses? That baffles me. Either someone's getting access to the details somehow and informing people where these puppies are. I can't think of any other way. There was literally one lady, she brought her dog home, and after 2 days her house was broken into and the puppy was gone. So who's giving out the information and the addresses of these things?
Unfortunately, part of the awareness, we want to stop people buying pups or any dog, any animal online. If you think about it, if you're selling a pup, you're giving your address. You don't know who the people are coming to view or buy one. You don't know what ring, circle they are in. They probably are in a thieving ring. Bang goes the rest of the pups, because they've got the address. They know where the pups are. They have your details. And people really do need to be aware of what is going on in the world. Just see if there's any other. Karen Field, can you explain how it could be used to reunite found dogs? I think you've touched on this a little bit, but if you can expand.
Yeah, no problem. Like I say, if your dog's missing or stolen, all you need to do is just quickly jump into your app and hit the missing or stolen button. Very, very simple. Once you do that, then your system becomes live, like I just said. And then what will happen is your dog will be somewhere where we don't know, and this is what would happen. So if you was just a general member of the public and you don't even need to own a dog, as long as you've got a smartphone, if you come across a dog on the street wandering around, get hold of that dog, download the app, free to do, and just hit scan nose. Just take a photo of that dog's snout and it will give you an instant match of who owns that dog. So it will tell me your details that you've selected. So it'll either be the in-house chat option, which is the safe way, or you can also add your mobile. You can make your mobile phone details visible as well. So whatever one you've done, I can then give you a call. But not only that, you will be told, you've got a little alarm bell in the corner. A notification will come up saying somebody has just scanned your dog and where. Okay, and you'll get their details. So you can either send each other a message or just get on the phone quickly and arrange a time to meet. To try and stop, it's not, great question, but it's not just about reunited. It's also about, like you say, puppy farms. If everyone now goes, before they buy a puppy, I just an email today from a breeder very impressed with the app, and she's now going to start putting all her puppies on because puppies are being stolen quite regular now. As long as you get mummy on the system, try and leave the pups till about 8-9 weeks, get that print on the phone. But if you take a photo of mum when you go and see these pups, as long as it doesn't come up with stolen, you know you're buying from a legitimate person, but obviously check their breeder's details, make sure they're licensed. But you want to be seeing mum. Now, thieves have got to take the chance now on someone's going to turn up and literally just take a photo of mum, and I'm going to get caught. So the key is now, one, asking you want to see mum. You have to see mum to take some photos. Even take a photo of the pup's nose as well. Make sure they're on the system. So that's what we would like to do at some point. This app is a act now app. Don't wait for it to happen. Let's all get on the system now, and then we can win this.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's about. People need to remember this is a new app, and we need to get it out there for people to be using. Okay, so we have DNA. They're trying DNA at the moment, which is an alternate also to microchipping. However, dealing with the police a lot for owners myself, police with pet theft, 8.5 to 9 times out of 10, they don't have the time. So I can't see they're then going to take the time of doing DNA, etc., etc. Owners need to wait. If they do a raid and they've got like 70 dogs, so they're going to check the DNA of all of those dogs.
It's just
how quick is it going to be, for the police to scan the dogs and see if they're on the app? If the
5 minutes.
If the microchips are cut out, if the microchips are damaged, it doesn't matter because the app will pick up the nose scan. And this is where we need to be pushing this. Yes, it's going to take time for people getting the dogs on. So, I know some of the questions might come in that, this app it's not been around for 10 years, so not all dogs are going to be on it at the moment. So we need to be patient. We need to sort of work to try and get this out there as an alternate.
Yeah.
Like Tess Jones has put, if it's just email, etc., for registration for owners, how can you find out where your dog is? Well, again, it's a new app, so we're encouraging people to get your dogs on there.
Yeah, can I just touch base what the lady meant by where your dog is? What does that?
I would imagine if it's lost or stolen.
Oh, but that would be down to whoever the finder is. So basically, if someone finds it, photo, you'll get told this is the owner. If your dog's been stolen to be farmed, then obviously someone would go in at some point, take a photo of mum, and it's going to go. It's going to tell you on the phone, get out. Don't buy a puppy here. Mummy's stolen. The owner will get a message as well saying somebody's just taken a photo of your dog, even if it's 3 years down the line. At some point, someone's going to take a photo of that dog. So I would get a message saying, someone said, I will give you a call. Have you got my dog? No, but I've just been to buy a puppy in this house. Your dog is in there. So, and the thief wouldn't even know that you knew.
Yeah. Graham Fox has put, how many lost and stolen dogs have you been... Sorry, let me start again, Graham. How many lost and stolen dogs have you reunited since the app has been up and running? Please go on the answer. Bear in mind this is a new app.
Yeah, we've had one. Not a lot, but what I've been asking everybody to do, and like I say, I keep putting the stats up.
But it shows it works. So the more owners download, and the more dogs are found, or it's when something's starting out, we have to be patient. We have to, this is such a good alternate to microchips. So we've all got to, push it out there and get the word out there. I mean, not many people know about Smart Snout, so which is why we're pushing it.
Thank you.
The media are very interested, so it proves, that it is a good act to have. I mean, the DNA, yes, I think that's a brilliant way also, but I know what the police are like. They just don't have the time for these things, and this is the problem. I hope in the end that the police do end up using Smart Snout. So on that, have you approached police forces?
Yes, we have approached the police. It was all 42 police forces, but unfortunately our timing couldn't have been any worse. because they've literally just got the funding for the DNA testing. And they said it'd be rather rude of them to just have that money, shunt it to one side, and then roll with Smart Snout. So they said if we could come back to them in 6 months, which would be another 3 months now, once they've DNA is going to fail. That's not going to work. You know, no one's going to pay 75 quid to get it done.
For the reason, I mean, there's a finance to it, but I do think also it's the police just don't have the time for it.
They haven't got the resources.
You have to beg them to do anything with regards to pet theft. And I say most, and I do have evidence of that if anyone wants to question me on it. But yes, they just don't have the time for pet theft. So to be sending off samples, doing this, half the time they haven't got anywhere to house dogs, you know, anyway, if there's any raids. So it's very difficult. They want something quick they can use, you know, and owners, while they're waiting, it's, you know, it's a good app. I mean, from my point of view.
All we've got is dogs are just not a priority to forces, police. They're busy enough. You know, we have to wait 24 hours when our own child goes missing. That's before we can report. You know, if my 5-year-old goes missing, I've got to wait 24 hours before I can report it to the police. Then they take it seriously. But if I go in with my dog's missing, it's just another bit of paperwork. And I can appreciate where they're coming from. There's so many dogs being stolen now. The paperwork must be just up here. And it's just, and like I say, the chances, what we didn't have is this product. Dogs were easy to take. The key to our one is the identity. You can't change the identity of the dog. Once you've got your dog in the system, nobody can see your details. You have full control of your profile on your device. I don't even know your details, and I own the company. I can't see anything. All I can see is email addresses that come up as signed on, but I can't see your dog, where you live. That's the good thing about it, is if if you buy a puppy, the only person that knows that puppy's there is you and whoever you've bought it from. And if I was you, I'd give a false address if I was buying a puppy now. But you can't, and that was the key. You can change the dog's identity with a microchip very, very easily, and that dog becomes someone else's. With us, you can't do that. It's impossible.
Going back to the comments, Julie Hill has said you need to patent this app as soon as possible and trademark the name. Obviously,
can't do it
on the bandwagon.
You can't patent an app, I'm afraid. We have trademarked the name. We are looking into trying to. The problem is the technology we're using. It's readily available. We're using it all over the world. And what's good about just jumping back to the artificial intelligence, and I'll jump the gun quickly, is you can set all the settings around your house. So if you had a camera facing your back garden and your dog's in the back garden, you can set it so it only recognizes you and your dog. Anyone else steps into the equation, all alarm bells start ringing. So it's really, really clever what they can do. Or if the dog leaves that pattern that you've set, the boundary, alarm bells go off again. So, but for the app, we are looking into it, but very, very, very difficult. But to be fair, if everybody jumps on board now while it's free, we will be the best. That you can't go any better at the moment. So for someone to come along and try and challenge us, I think it'd be a bit silly. 2 people doing the same thing. It's quite unique what we do, but it's been done now. So, and if we can get that artificial intelligence on board before one of these what I would like to say is if we can get everyone on board now before I become part of a big organization. I don't want that. I don't want it to be taken off of me for a fee and then me to sort of kicked it. It wasn't about that for me.
You had the passion for it to work rather than it just be a money-making machine. Yeah,
I don't want a big chain to come in like we've had Vodafone and all sorts of people onto us. I don't want that. I just want to be remembered for this app and it working. That's where the joy comes from me. Is if I've created this, and I'm just how I thought of it. I don't know, but I'm just. But here it is. So please, guys, do try and get involved before, like now, because if someone else big takes it off my hands, they will push it, probably get it in force, and then charge 20, 30 quid for it.
Exactly.
We don't want that. If I can get numbers, I'm happy. I'm happy.
One question here, which is a question you've had from me in the past as well, Brad, from Julie Hill. Does the app work on cats too?
Now, I've got to be honest. Okay, we've spoken about this. Now, if you love cats, I apologise now. I have had a cat. Yes, it does work on cats. The problem we've got is it's on their paws. Now, cats are always jumping, climbing, running around gravel. Now, this is the horrible part. There's just no money in cats for criminals. If you have a litter of kittens, 30, 40 quid. If you steal it's very difficult to steal a cat as well. They disappear. And that's what we're targeting, a network of criminals and organisations that are very well organised. It does work for cats, but I just don't see the effect. For me to try and catch somebody's cat and take a photo of its paw, I know people love their cats, and I love all animals. There's just not a need for it at the moment for us.
Because you said it's the paw print on a cat.
Yeah, it's on the paws.
The fingerprint.
Yeah, we are looking at horses as well. Horses have I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's called a hock. This is a pattern on their elbows or back somewhere. If you know horses, you might know what I'm on about. They have that, and that's unique to every single horse as well. So we are looking at other animals.
Well, I didn't even know about a dog's nose being unique until we spoke. It's just not something I ever would have thought of, to be honest, and I don't think a lot of people would. Most
vets don't even know that it's on the end of their nose. We did have a guy, I can't mention his name because he's in the process of sort of coming over. He owns a big chain of vets all across the UK, and he didn't even know. Which is quite strange.
Tracy Salmon is saying if this becomes mandatory instead of chips, it would be so much better. That would be brilliant. But I don't think we've ever, obviously microchipping is law and that's not going to change. But it is very, very evident that something else needs to be mandatory if we're going to fight the pet theft crime. So that's something we could look into in the future.
Yeah, like I say, with numbers will be the thing that does that. If I can get the numbers, then I can put it to Parliament. If I've got 5-6 million downloads with everyone's on this one secure system, then they've got to take notice, surely. But if I walk in there with 15,000 downloads, then it's just not gonna happen. But this is the safest, most humane, secure identity reuniting system out there at the moment.
And what was I going to say? I had a question in my head then. So if people download the app and they put their dog's nose picture on there, obviously we might think that it's a good picture. How will they find out that the photo is not clear enough? Do you get an alert and you get in touch, or will the app flag it up to them?
No, what it will do is it will say you can take any photo of the snout just before you go into the scan snout option on your profile. It pops up with a picture and it explains to you this is what we're after, and it's a very clear picture of the nose and the snout, and we want that front, I call it the apple tree, the line that goes up the center of the nose and it branches off to the left and to the right, and then you have all the pixels around it. It will measure the nostril size, that line, all the pixels. If you are struggling, or if you want to check it, just screenshot what you've put as your nose snout, send it over to me, and I can even check it on the system to see if it's working. Just give me a shout. I answer pretty much 24/7, so always available. We're always on the end of the phone if you need us.
Tracy Salmon, what is the minimum number of sign-ups needed to get to Parliament? I can answer that because I've got a couple of petitions at the moment, and I'm obviously willing to back you, Brad, if you want to do a Smart Snout one. 10,000 signatures is generally required in about 6 months for them to look again at it, and then you need to get 100,000 for it to be debated in Parliament. It's quite a big ask, but if a product or a petition is good enough, then obviously it's just about getting it out there. Justice for Reggie got over 100,000, so I'm sure for something like this, I'm
doing a live for the Reggie thing soon.
The way pet theft is, so.
So if we can, that'd be great, Lisa. Like I say, I don't know if many people know now that you've joined the team. We're really happy
I
to have you on
was
board.
going to sort of bring it up at the end, but
No, I wanted to bring it up.
well, I'll let you
Yeah,
talk about it.
Where's Molly? Just while I got, is Molly not?
Molly's unwell at the moment, bless
Oh,
her.
okay.
So.
Yeah, so Lisa's joined the team, doing absolutely amazing. It's been nice for me to take a little bit of a breather. To be fair, it's been quite full on. And you're I'm going to be brutally honest, Lisa. You're a lot more professional than I am. All this stuff is way above me. I was just the idea. Like I said, we've got the business. Now we've got I'm going to call you the PR lady. But you're doing amazing. If we can, like I say, I think now by going free, we should get the numbers, and like I say, it's worldwide as well. I think there's 460 billion dogs or something in the world. We only need like not even 1% of that market to make it one of the best apps in the world.
Yeah, and the good thing as well, because we know that dogs do get taken abroad. Again, the Smart Snout app is not just for the UK. This is a worldwide app. So we're going to be pushing it, obviously, worldwide. Brad's given us, Muddy Paws Crime, the sort of the running of the American side. So if any of you've got any American people that
And Ireland.
And Ireland now.
I thought I'd tell you this evening.
Ooh, that's a good one. So thank you very much. I can announce then that Muddy Paws Crime will be running the America side and the Ireland side. We all know how many dogs end up in Ireland. So I will be getting onto all that next week as soon as all these lives are finished. I know we have quite a few contacts in Ireland, and we have Lisa O'Connor from Missing and Stolen Dogs Ireland on Monday evening. So I'll speak to her about it also.
Super.
If any of you have any contacts in Ireland and America also, please get in touch with me at Muddy Paws Crime so we can push this out as well. Especially for Ireland and the UK, though, I mean, as I've just said, we know many dogs do end up in Ireland. So to push it out there as well, again, it's another way of getting dogs reunited that are coming over from Ireland and ending up in UK, and vice versa. Maybe we could push it out to the ports as well, because the ports is something that I'm quite passionate about, stepping up. They need to step up.
As long as you've got a fake passport for the dog, you can get any dog over with passports. Now, I've had so many people that there was a lady I know at football, and she showed me the passport for the dog. Said, "Yeah, it's all legit. It's all if it was a fake passport." But just there's so many. It's, like you say, it comes down to awareness and just knowing what you're looking for and what I'm doing. Like I say, I imported some dogs, and the council thought I was importing them illegally because the one thing they wanted to check was my intra paperwork. Now, so many people don't get that. That's where they've been through every border, driven all the way over and stamped by the border control, which I had. They thought I was bringing over dogs illegally. So, but I will say something. The council are on it. The council are doing what they can, but obviously showed all my paperwork and all my dogs are present and correct. But yeah, so many false documents. So many.
I know, it's awful. Tracy Salmon, I'm in several dog groups, which I know, Tracy, thank you. We'll share
Tracy.
Tracy has members from all over the world. She's in different various dog groups. One thing, Tracy, while you're on, and Brad's spoken to me more so about this, is that they want to hit Ukraine with this as well, because as we can see at the moment, there are so many animals being, in Smart Snout case, so many dogs being lost from their families. Families have had to leave dogs behind. They've strayed. It's difficult, obviously, for them all to keep together. When the war is over, which I hope and pray to God that it's like now, as soon as possible. It's also a great app for dogs and families to be reunited, but of course, again, it's them having photos of their dogs, because obviously a lot of them have had to leave so suddenly. Whether they can get the app on, but it is something that Brad's been looking into to try and help. And this shows how much the app can actually help in so many different situations. We never know what's around the corner.
Yeah.
We never know what's going to happen.
I think the problem, I think what a lot of people are struggling with at the moment is it's an app, it's a gimmick, but it's very, very clever. It's, you know, people normally associate apps with get your pizza or maps. To suggest that this app actually does what it says it does what it actually does is, I think people maybe sometimes struggle. How's an app? It's just an app. But everything we do is apps now. Everything we do. If we can try and get people used to apps and dogs, technology and dogs, like we do, like I say, if we lose our device, if the Wi-Fi goes down, we're all up the Swanee. Get that mindset now for your dog. Technology, dog. That's where I don't think people are used to it. It's like I say, it's not really being done. It's so normally you'd have to fill out loads of paperwork, send it off somewhere, put your dog on the system, and that's where your details get probably leaked, by the way. You know, but this is all in your own hands. You don't need to speak to anybody. Just your whole profile is just in the palm of your hand, and your dog is safe.
Yeah. A couple of other things in the comments. Tessa Buckley just sent your link to Ian Duncan Smith. Thank you very much, Tess. Tess Jones, the one not far from me didn't have a scanner for dog chips. I think that's in reply to Karen Field, who said ports would be good because that would be a very quick way for Border Force Control to scan the dog's nose. Yeah, it's needed. See, at the moment, you know, for them to be checking every van, vehicle, a lot of them know stolen dogs are in there, whatever. They haven't got the time to go through the paperwork and stuff like that. Quick scan, that's not going to take long.
Everybody's got a mobile phone.
Yeah.
So quick and simple.
It's all these things that can help, you know, people to understand how important it is to get your dogs on the app.
Yeah.
I think I saw a comment further up as well that I think we did touch it earlier, but I think it was for yourself, it might have been Julie. If your dog's missing and stolen, can you still put them on the app? Yes, you can, if you've got a clear enough photo. And it's important, if you've got dogs now, please get as many photos of their nose as possible and download the app. If you've got missing, lost and stolen dogs, you can still download the app and put your dog on there. It's so important.
Just to sorry to interrupt you, Lisa, just while you're talking about that bit, I do get a lot of people thinking maybe my details. I promise you, on my life, I can't even access your details. We don't know where your dog is, where you live. We literally cannot see anything. The only time the magic happens is between the two parties of when there's a found dog. I don't get told, you know, and then obviously we'll get shared the good news. But you have full control. You don't even have to put your telephone number on there, and that is about as much information as you are. Once you activate your dog as missing, that's all they can see is your phone number. And I'm pretty sure I'd want my phone number to be accessed if my dog was missing somewhere, but you can turn that off if you like. So if you're worried about any details, no names, no addresses, nothing, just email, phone number, Snout.
Okay. Julie Hill has put, I just lost it here. What if a criminal steals a dog and registers it on your app and the owner hasn't? And also, how do you prove the person registering is in fact the legal owner?
Right. Okay. Yeah. So if your dog is stolen before you're on the system, unfortunately, nothing we can do. Bit like the microchip now. Dogs are taken, new identity put in place, and you will never ever get to see that dog again. At least with our system, that Snout, they can't erase that identity. They can't take it away. So if you get your dog on the system now, that dog will always be yours. Now, if you happen to, say, like a family member passes away, and sometimes dogs move on from house to house, all you do is make sure the next person registers the dog, and you delete your profile. You're no longer the owner of that dog.
Now, sorry, go on.
No, go on. What was you going to say?
One of my answers, and please tell me if this is incorrect, but I would have thought that if a thief had my dog and they put my dog on the app, and then I've got a photo of my stolen dog, and then I register on the app, it's then going to give a match and give you an alert, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's when the fight begins with the police.
Unfortunately, legally, we can't intervene. I mean, obviously, if you've got anyone buying dogs now should be getting papers with their dogs.
That's right. That's where I can come into play. You can get in touch with Bloody Paws Crime.
Because there's so many dogs. Do you know what? I actually, I'm gonna share this story with you. Girlfriend many moons ago, she wanted to buy a dog. I was a little bit younger then, and I said, "When you going to pick it up?" She went, Thurrock car park. When she got back with this little chihuahua thing, I said, "Oh, was it all right?" Yeah, she said, well, they had 3 of them in a bucket. I said, "What do you mean in a bucket?" I said, "Where did you meet them?" She said, "They met me in the car park, opened the boot, and in one of them builders buckets that collect rubble, there was 3 puppies in the thing. So no mum, no papers, and 500 quid later, she bought this dog home." I was like, wow. So I've forgotten where I was even heading with that. Yeah, paperwork. Make sure now. This is what we're going to do though for developing the app. We're going to have a trusted breeders page. We're going to try and link the app to everything. So if one puppy goes and they're on the system, that breeder gets recognised as having all these sort of downloads, and you become like a top fan badge. So yeah, there's lots of things we're going to add to make it a little bit more interesting. Because at the moment it's just scan and find. Missing dogs page, a visual, so we can see you get visuals as well instead of just hoping that you come across a match. Lots of things. We've got some business partners going on the app as well. We've just joined up with Trackimo. They supply Vodafone all their pet GPS trackers. So we've just done a collaboration with them. They're going on the app as well. So they'll be hitting America for you, so they'll be helping you out. So we're growing fast. To be fair, it's been a crazy journey. Crazy.
Well, the thing is, it's a much needed app. You can go through all the comments after. You can see there's quite a lot of comments there if you want to answer any back. I think we'll probably just before we go, actually, I will just show you the Facebook page for Smart Snout. So this is the Facebook page, Smart Snout. There is also a Smart Snout America and a Smart Snout Ireland page. We'll put the links into the comments. And this is the Smart Snout website. If you want to have a look at that, again, we'll put the website link into the comments.
Again, just to let you know, I'll see they've edited the website there. I have no control over that one. The app is free from next week. So I'm going to advise everybody at the moment, don't pay. All right? Just wait a week. James is going to kill me for saying that. But it's just, if any customers looking to get on at the minute, just hang fire for a week and you get it for free.
Okay. Maybe if you can alert me the date goes free and we can do a big push on it.
We'll do.
Thank you very much, Brad. Is there anything else you can think of to say about the app? Or?
No, we're just looking for the support now. Like I say, we're worldwide. And if we can get, obviously, the more numbers I can get, I can finance the server fees other ways with numbers, advertising, adverts, things without, denting the customer's pocket. So like I say, I want to try and keep it out of the big franchise hands if I can, and just try and keep it between us. And we will obviously grow in the offices and stuff, and it will get better and better. But help us to help you guys, basically. Let's keep it as free for as long as possible.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I mean, it's really important when such a good product comes out like this. We need to get behind it. Please, it's so important to share it. It's not just about the app, but by sharing, you're helping owners and dogs.
Exactly.
And hopefully will never go missing or be stolen. But you just have that little bit of peace of mind if many other people are downloading it.
Yeah.
In the future, let's hope the police will take it on. Let's hope vets will take it on.
We're getting there.
I think there'll be a big public, sort of support behind you. we are at Muddy Paws Crime. We are really thrilled and humbled to be part of Smart Snout now, and we really thank Brad and James, who couldn't be here tonight, so much. They've been, so kind doing that, but obviously they've seen the work that we've put into Muddy Paws Crime for the past year.
It's well deserved.
Well, thank you. How passionate we are.
But that's sorry, Lisa. That's one thing. A lot of people. I say when we get, like I say, we talk about like reviews and bits and pieces, and like I say, this has cost me and James thousands and thousands of pounds just to try and solve an issue. But I just hope people can appreciate that we've given it our heart and soul to try and change a really bad situation, because we've got dogs ourselves. I've got them tattooed on my hand, so I live and breathe dogs. So just
as
help
soon
us
as
out.
I found out about it, I know, I just thought straight away it is so needed. Microchipping doesn't work, and I can argue till I'm blue in the face about that with evidence. So
it might have done many years ago, but not now. People have caught up with the times and just they'll always find a way.
Too many thieves about. This is the problem.
Of course. It's been a pleasure, Lisa, and it seems weird. So I'm not going to say goodbye because I'll probably speak to you later on and tomorrow as well. So,
but to all the viewers now and all the viewers that will be watching this after, please check out Smart Snout. Any questions, go directly to Brad through the Smart Snout Facebook page or website, or you can come to Muddy Paws Crime and we will pass anything on to Brad. Any issues with the app, let us know. Even though it's free from next week, I still would encourage you to put your dog on now, because you just never know what's around the corner.
True.
But any questions, let us know, and thank you very much for watching. Oh, and I'll be back tomorrow, of course, at 4, 5 and 6 p.m. Thank you.